Hello, welcome to part 2 of the tutorial screencast for PACA contributors. Where we ended the first introductory screencast was at this screen, which is the login screen. And you'll see here you have a couple of fields for username and password. So you were sent an email with that information. And so in this case, I will be typing in this and click login. And where you land is here at the dashboard. Now you can see this is the basic layout that everybody sees when they go to the back end of the system. This is called a content management system, or CMS for short, if you ever see that. But the things that you need to know are pretty basic. Over here on the left, you'll see the dashboard, which is what you're in now. You'll see posts, comments, profile, and tools, and we'll go through each of those in a minute. The thing that I want you to notice, though, for right now is one thing here, which is on the right, the upper right. It's called Quick Press. And that's if you just have a very quick little item that you want to submit for publication. It can be something very simple, and what I'm going to do here is show you an example using an event that's coming up called Photo Critique. It's at the Dawson County Library. So what I'm going to do is I am selecting this with my mouse. I'm going to right click and copy it so that I can carry it over to the dashboard. So then in content, I just click inside this field, which by the way expands if you want. And then I'm going to do that. I'm going to paste it there. I used a keyboard for that, a keyboard shortcut, but you can also right click and paste. Now for the title, you can just say Photo Critique in Dawsonville, and we're going to have to add some more things to this, but this is just the very quick way to do it. You should save your draft, and that's it. So it's there. Now you can preview it or edit it once you have saved it. Another way to start a post, which is a longer post, is up here where it says New Post. You can just click on that, and what you'll see now is the New Post window. If you notice, it's really just kind of a bigger version of what you've just used in the Quick Press, and it has more information and fields and options, but it's really not very complicated. All right, so here we go. The entry that I'm going to create here is based on a website in Cherokee County, the Cherokee Arts Center. Cherokee County is part of the Four Corners Consortium, and so we do include major news from there. And this is one where I got an email about this event, and there was a call for artists. So we'll probably do several posts about this event. But the email I got included a link to this site, so I'm going to go there to get the information that I need. It is official information. It's not just casual information from an email. So I feel that I can use this information with some confidence that it is accurate. That's important because we don't want to give people the wrong information about events. So you can see that it's the Canton Festival of the Arts and that there is a call for artists. So we're going to start out by putting a title, Call for Artists, Canton Festival. All right. Then we're going to go back to this page, and now you don't want to just cut and paste directly from their website because that isn't really offering people much new or helpful. What we want to do is to condense a little bit what they're offering. So what we can do is, if you scroll down, you can see here, this part is just about the artist's market. We can write later different posts about the other parts of the arts festival. So what we can do is look this over. It does give the basic facts. It says where, it says when, it says what, it says why, and it says how. Those are the basic questions we want to answer in a post. So let's feel free to just do this. We're going to select it with our mouse. Again, we're going to right click and copy, or use the keyboard shortcuts if you prefer. And notice there is an artist application. We're going to come back to that. So let's put this here. Right click, paste. Now you can see some funny things happen with the formatting here. It broke up things into paragraphs that aren't really paragraphs. But that's okay. We do want to have short paragraphs in our posts and articles. So we can say this. We've got the popular artists market. Let's take out popular. And because that's kind of someone's opinion whether it's actually popular. And we're not here just to promote. We want to give people basic information and not pass judgment on how popular something is. So we're going to go to the ends here and make this into one nice, neat paragraph. Okay. And then we're going to break that up right where the sentence is. So now we have these the time is there, the dates are there. So this is really pretty good. All right. So now I think we've got what we need in terms of the very basic information. But remember, the main point of this particular post is that artists are supposed to apply. So to apply, use the application form. All right, how are they supposed to get the application form? Well, let's go back over here and see where it says artist application, right? That's a link. You see how it changes color when you roll your mouse over it. So let's actually do a click on that. And there's the application. Okay. So now I'm going to show you how to add a link to this application form. We are at the page. We go up here to the top of the browser where the address is. Select the whole thing. Copy it, go back to our post, and then figure out where should this link be. Let's put it over the words use the application form. Now notice up here in your toolbar we have this little chain, and the icon that makes the chain, if you click on it, you will be inserting a link. Right up here, link URL, that's the address. So you're going to paste that application link there. You're going to open Target in a new window. That was one of the choices on the drop-down. And you can ignore the other two parts and click Insert. And there you can see there's the little highlighting underline that shows you that there is indeed a link on those words. Now, just to make sure that everybody gets all the information they need, let's also put a link to the original source about the festival. So we're going to highlight those words and go over to the Cherokee Arts.org festival page. We will highlight the address again, copy it, and come here, do a link, paste the link, make the target to open it in a new window, click Insert, and there is our second link right there. So you can see now we've got a pretty good little post. It'll be better when we have pictures, but an editor or an author will have to add those, as contributors don't do images. Before we finish up with this part, I want to show you just this little toolbar. Now, we haven't really done anything fancy in terms of the format, and usually you won't need to, but sometimes you might want to put something in boldface or italic. That's right here, these buttons at the top of the visual editor. You also might want to make lists, and that's what those are for. You just select and click them, you'll turn it into a list. If you're quoting a block of text, that's what that button's for. And you have the usual aligning of right, center, and left. One other handy button is this one, Insert More tag. And what that means is, if you remember on the home page, there were some very long stories that continued reading off the home page. And that's how you put that in. You would just click here, Insert More, and it gives you this division in the story to split up a long story, but we don't need that for this one. You can also do a spell check, always a good idea. And you can see you get the little spinning wheel, and it tells you no misspellings, which is good news. Finally, I want to point out this last icon here, which is for the kitchen sink. All that means is that if you click on it, you'll get even more choices. And most of these you won't normally need. If you want to play around, you can. And here is the help button though, which is kind of handy to know. But if you don't normally need these buttons and you find them distracting, you can just click to the kitchen sink and it'll be hidden. One more thing within this area that you need to know, you might accidentally click on HTML and oh, this looks very strange. There's these weird coding things. If you ever see that, it just means you are mistakenly in HTML and it has all these weird buttons that you don't understand. So just go back to visual and then you're back in the friendly environment. Down here we have one other thing. You are the author, but if you're taking information directly from somebody else's website, you don't want to really call yourself an author of that, so you want to click the button Hide Author for this article. The last thing that you should look at is the categories. Those are over here. And remember how helpful it is for our readers to know where to find the news that they're most interested in. So we want to be sure that we select some good categories for this. It's pretty easy. This is visual arts. But the other thing to remember is, since it's in Canton, it's not in Pickens County, so we need to also click the regional button. That's for any stories that are not in Pickens. And as you can see, you can select more than one category. All right, we want to be sure to save our draft. And if you're a nervous person, you might want to do that more often than at the very end. And that way you don't lose your work. Once you have done that, you can actually see what the post is going to look like once it's published. So let's click on Preview and we'll see what it's going to look like. There it is. And that is exactly how it will appear once it's published. So now you are satisfied with that. You can submit it for review. Just one other thing to point out here, you don't want to accidentally click on Move to Trash because you won't get a warning. It's a bright red button for that reason. So don't click on that. Just be sure you just click Submit for Review. And there you have it. It's ready for an editor to look at and publish. Now if you want to check your posts, let's go over here on the left where it says Posts and click. And you can see that there's our two things that we've submitted today. And in the final part, I'll show you about your profile and the Press This tool.